Welcome back to Terriann Talks. I am Terriann Belle, and today I want to talk about signs of jealous friends or jealous people. Because anybody can be jealous of you, anybody can be envious of you, just you being in your very essence. And do not negate the fact that those that really admire you could be the ones that are jealous as well. Because those that envy you the most are those that inspire you the most. And people that are jealous or envious or your haters, you know how they say haters, I let my haters be my motivators. That's very true. Because haters are what I say, confused fans. They have a love hate relationship. You see, envy, they have a love hate relationship with you. They love you, but they hate you at the same time. And they admire you, but they despise you at the same time. It's crazy. That's why they're confused about how they feel about you. But whether you have anybody that is a friend, a family member, a coworker, whoever it is that you feel could be jealous of you, you have a few reasons. So the first one that I have is they do not respect you. Okay. Now, this is a clear indicator because if a person really admires you and respects you and they want to see you do well and great in life and they really genuinely care for you, they're not going to disrespect you. They're not going to go out of their way to be disrespectful towards you. They're going to watch what they say, how they say it. They're going to be tactful. They're going to have a good tone. They're not going to say anything condescending or rude or backhanded compliments. Now, listen, sometimes what can happen is you can have those very rare moments where you are saying something to somebody and you kind of put your foot in your mouth. You say it the wrong way accidentally, and you're like, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. But sometimes that happens. But there's a difference between a person accidentally putting their foot in their mouth and saying something that kind of comes off as rude versus a person just being blatantly rude to you. And you will always be able to tell the difference. Trust your intuition on that. Like if your intuition is telling you they didn't mean it that way, it just came out kind of wrong versus that person was actually throwing shade. If you feel the shade, if you feel the negative energy, trust it because energy is everything. Because a person could just be giving you good energy, but they could just put their foot in their mouth and say the wrong thing. But the energy that you felt from them wasn't nasty, it wasn't negative. Trust the energy that you get from people always. And the next thing that I have is number two, they look for reasons to have an issue with you. Okay, now let's really get into this one. Okay, so they look for reasons to have an issue with you. Now, let's go into the root cause of why they do this. So, a person that is envious or jealous of you, they have an underlying animosity and tension towards you, not because you've done anything wrong to them, but because seeing you in your very essence makes them feel insecure. It makes them feel inferior. So, they feel bad in comparison to you. And comparison is the thief of all joy. So, because they feel inferior to you and they have this tension towards you, this, and because of this they resent you in a way. So because they have this negative energy towards you that only they know the root cause of, because if you haven't done anything to them to give them a reason for them to have this animosity towards you, they know for a fact deep down, like, you know what, this girl ain't done nothing to me. That dude has been kind to me this whole entire time. What's the reason as to why I don't like this person? Why don't I like her? Why don't I like him? They know deep down why they don't like you. They know deep down that they have a little bit of envy and jealousy towards you. They will never admit this to themselves, or maybe they're not fully aware of that they're jealous or envious of you, but they just know that they feel some type of way about you, and it's because of them just shining. They are bothered by the fact that you shine. So because they have this underlying beneath them, within them, In order for them to feel better about why they have these issues towards you, they will look for reasons and they'll get very nitpicky. And then the smallest thing that you can do, they'll use that to blow it up and make a mountain out of a molehill just so they can have a reason to have a problem with you. Like, you see what I'm saying? She do got a problem because she didn't do this. Or you see what I'm saying? He is an issue because it's always they wait until they have a reason to have a problem with you to blow up everything that they feel about you. But it's all because they were looking for a reason because they really didn't have one. Number three, we are on. Number three, they will make fun of you in group settings. You see, because they feel so inferior to you and they feel insecure around you, in order to make themselves feel more superior and feel more powerful, what they would like to do is put you down to make themselves feel better. They want to be the one that, you know, has the attention, is on the spotlight, because a lot of times, the attention and spotlight could be on you, not that you are drawing it to yourself, but because people are naturally drawn to you. They're either listening to you or watching you, looking at you, whatever the case is. So what people will do, jealous people, they'll say things or do things to purposely embarrass you or make fun of you or humiliate you just to make you look bad, to make themselves feel better and have. All right, number four, they do not make you feel included and they purposely exclude you. So when you're dealing with jealous people, you tend to you are the person that they do not want around because they do not want you to be in the spotlight. They don't want you to be getting all the attention because when you get attention and you are in the spotlight, it's going to make them feel, once again, inferior and insecure. And they do not want to feel that way in your presence because it's going to ignite those feelings that they have towards you. It's going to trigger their insecurities. So what they'll do is if they can keep you away from them, if they can keep you away from certain settings, so that way you will not be in the center of attention. You will not be able to have people looking at you and paying attention to you. To avoid all of that, they will just purposely not invite you. They won't include you in things. You'll be, if you ever notice that, a friend group of yours was going out somewhere and you didn't even get an invitation and you're seeing this on their social media, like on their Instagram or Snapchat story, you're like, well, what's going on? They didn't tell me. They purposely did not tell you because they didn't want you to be there, because they didn't want their fun to be ruined by having you in their presence. Not because you were going to ruin their fun, not because you were going to ruin their fun, but because if you were going to be there, then that means that they were going to feel some type of way. They would have to worry about if you were going to get attention. They would have to worry about how you would look, how cute you would look, and sometimes or how handsome you would look, fellas. They would have to, it would just make them feel some type of way just seeing you shine in your essence. They just did not want you around because they did not want for your light to outshine them. That is why they purposely don't include you, because they just want to avoid those feelings of inadequacy. So it's almost like you empathize with them because it's a trauma response. To avoid their trauma and their triggers, they'll just exclude you altogether. And you're not doing anything to these people but just shining in your true essence. So when people are envious of you, understand that there's something very magical and powerful about you. But you must also protect yourself because jealousy is a very, very dangerous and sometimes fatal thing. And you got to stay away from those people. So if they exclude you and don't invite you or don't include you, understand you probably dodged a bullet. Maybe literally. Okay. Number five. Number five is they do not clap when you win. When you win or everybody else is sitting here clapping and cheering you on, they're just, you see, jealous people don't clap when you win because it just makes them feel even more inferior, even more insecure. Because once again, this person is shining and boom, now they're winning. Just good things just keep happening to them. They don't like that. It makes them feel bad, you know? So the reason as to why they are not clapping when you're winning is because they are not genuinely happy to see you succeed. Because that's just another reason that's going to make them feel bad about themselves. You see, when people are jealous, they and envious, they have a lot of internal issues that they have to deal with. Because if someone else achieving something greater, doing something wonderful brings anger and animosity and resentment towards another person, then that person has to check themselves. It's like, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself. Why are you so bothered by this person being blessed? Why are you so bothered by this person just achieving great things? Why are you so pressed, bro? Whatever reason, you need to just deal with that yourself, because this is not gonna be the first person that's gonna be winning, man. Like, if you jealous of this person, you finna be jealous of the next person, the next person, the next person. You see what I'm saying? It's like, when people are jealous, if they're jealous of you, they could be jealous of somebody else is doing better than you, or somebody else is doing just as good as you. Because those people just, they are so stuck in their own ways and they don't want to deal with themselves, if they don't even realize that them all of this energy that they have being jealous and envious of people, they can utilize that energy to healing themselves and making themselves feel better. Because when you have that jealous energy within you, it's a very, very, very low vibration, a very low vibration, and you do not want to have that vibration on you. You want to release yourself from that spirit of envy, from that spirit of jealousy, and you want to invite humility and love into your heart. Sometimes with that, you may have to just pray it away. There is power in prayer. You can pray this away. If you are a person that you feel some type of way towards people, pray it away. Prayer is powerful. No one has to know that you're talking to God about this. If you're afraid to admit, I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but if you're afraid to admit that you are jealous of somebody else and you have no idea why you constantly are watching this person, stalking them, doing so many things behind their back, trying so hard to make this person look bad or make this person feel bad, if you don't want to admit that you're jealous of that person or to everybody else that you talk to them about, why don't you just go to God and just tell God, you know what? Just be real with God. God's not going to judge you, because God already knows what's in your heart. So you can't hide from God, first of all. God already knows what's going on. When you talk to God about it and you pray and God delivers you from that, you really will catapult yourself into a great place, because now you have humbled yourself before the Lord. For the humble will be exalted. It's okay, baby. It's going to be okay. And lastly, we are at number 6, I believe. Actually, there's 2 more, excuse me. Number 6, they throw your losses in your face and they gloat on your downfall. So, back to when I was saying about how when you win, they don't clap. Yeah, but when you lose, you never hear the end of it from these people. If you lose, or if you fail at something, or if you make a mistake, or let's say you didn't make the team. Let's say you didn't get that job. Let's say you may have gotten, fired or laid off from your job. Let's say, you didn't win that competition. Anytime you have something where you lose or you fail, those jealous people will throw that failure in your face. They will throw your loss in your face, because they want to remind you that you have moments where you can be inferior. You have moments too when you are not always good. You have moments where you're not perfect, because jealous people in their mind, they think of you as perfect, as someone that can't mess up, because it's crazy. That's kind of how they think in their mind. So when you mess up, they'll try to throw that in your face to just try to remind you, like, yeah, you see how imperfect you are? But in your mind, you're thinking, okay, baby, I already know what I did. I already know I messed up. What you got to keep reminding me about it for? Are you trying to prove it to me or yourself? What are you trying to prove? If they're constantly throwing something in your face, they're not trying to prove it to you to help you. They're doing it as a way to boost their own ego. Watch for those people. All right, lastly. Oh, let me add more to that. They will also gloat about your downfall. So when the things happen and you may hit rock bottom, or you may be going through something very difficult in your life, you will be the laughing stock. They will constantly laugh at you, make fun of you, make a mockery of you, and really just have a lot of fun in your misery, because jealous people, they don't want to see you thriving. They barely want to see you surviving. They kind of enjoy seeing you struggle. So when you are struggling, they rejoice in your struggle. But when you make it out of that pit and you get to the palace like Joseph, then at that point they have nothing to say. They can see you being blessed but still have nothing to say. All because they just do not like to see you succeed, because it makes them feel inferior. And then lastly, here's a big one. you know, if a person is jealous of you, they will make rumors about you, because they want to turn other people against you. They want to tarnish your name behind your back so that other people can dislike you and look at you in such a negative light. They want to just make your life just miserable because that's how they feel. They feel miserable. So they will make up rumors about you to make you look bad, and they're not even true. And the thing is, when those happen, anybody that believes in the rumors, cut those people off too, because they are also undercover jealous people that were looking for a reason to have a problem with you. Anybody that didn't believe it, those are your people. So cut anybody off that's jealous, or cut them all off, because envy is a dangerous thing. Stay safe out there.